All right, today we're putting on our detective hats. We've got a real mystery on our hands. A stock that is just completely, and I mean explosively, broken out. Our job is to dig through all the clues and figure out what is really going on here. And here is the smoking gun, our first piece of evidence. This stock has rocketed up more than 45% above what anyone predicted. A jump this big isn't just a blip on the radar. It's a massive, expectation-shattering event that makes everyone stop and stare.
And that, of course, leads us to the big question you have to ask, right? Are we seeing the start of a legitimate, powerful new trend? Or is this just a wild frenzy that's going to collapse as fast as it shot up? Okay, let's dive in and find out.
So every good investigation needs a starting point. For us, that means looking at speed and momentum. We need to get a handle on the raw power that's actually pushing the stock skyward. To do that, we use these things called momentum indicators. You know, the best way to think about them is like the dashboard on a race car. They don't just tell you which way you're headed, they tell you how hard you're flooring it to get there. So, our first reading comes from an indicator called the MACD. And look at this, the momentum line is at 0.060, and it has just decisively crossed way above its baseline, which is still sitting in negative territory. In the world of trading, this isn't just a subtle hint, it's a loud, clear go signal. The engine is absolutely roaring.
Okay, so we've got some serious momentum. We've established that, but momentum without a clear direction is, well, it's just noise. So our next step as detectives is to make sure all this energy is actually pointed in one clear upward direction. Let's see what the next clue tells us. Wow, this slide tells a very, very clear story. On one side, you've got the buyers. We call them the bulls, with a strength reading of over 45. And on the other side, the sellers, or the bears, are down at a measly 9.78. This isn't even a fight. It's a total blowout. The buyers are in complete control here. And if you had any doubt about who's in charge, this confirms it. The Aroon up indicator, which basically measures how strong an uptrend is showing a perfect 100. It literally cannot get any higher than that. This uptrend is an absolute total command.
But here's a really important little detail, a bit of context. The ADX score, which measures the overall trend strength, is still kinda low, at just over 20. So what does that tell us? It means that while this trend is incredibly powerful right now, it's also brand new. This isn't some long, steady climb. It's a very recent and very explosive move.
Okay, so we've got speed and we've got direction. The case is building. But now we need to look at maybe the most important piece of the puzzle. We have to follow the money. A big price move without any serious cash behind it can just be an illusion. So is this surge being fueled by real, actual investor interest?
And the first clue is a huge yes. The trading activity in this stock is nearly 4 times its normal average. I mean, think about it like this. Imagine a local theater that's usually half empty suddenly has a line around the block for a sold-out show. That's the kind of massive jump in interest we're seeing here. So all those people are showing up, but where's their money actually going? Well, the money flow index gives us the answer. With a score this high, it confirms that a ton of cash is flowing into the stock, not out of it. This isn't just a lot of chatter. This is big money making big moves, fueling this entire rally. At this point, everything seems pretty airtight, right? We've got strong momentum, a clear direction, heavy volume. It feels like a slam dunk case for the bulls. But in any good mystery, there's always a twist. Is there a piece of evidence we've missed? And there it is. Our next set of clues tells a totally different story. These are the warning signs, the pieces of evidence that suggest this incredible rally might have just gone too far, too fast. We're now looking for signs that the engine is overheating.
So, think of a stock's normal price range as the lanes on a highway. Well, our stock, which is trading at $1.66, hasn't just drifted out of its lane. It has crashed right through the guardrail. That upper boundary, the edge of the road, was at 154. This is a classic volatility breakout, and it's a huge red flag for extreme and maybe even unstable price action.
And these gauges, they just confirm the danger. Yeah, the RSI and stochastic are high, but look at that CCI reading, over 350. Now, a normal reading is somewhere between plus and minus 100. This is like looking at the tachometer in your car and seeing the needle isn't just in the red zone, it's wrapped all the way around the dial and is about to pop off. It's an extreme signal that the stock is severely overbought.
So now we've got 2 completely conflicting sets of clues. On one hand, we have all this powerful money-fueled momentum. On the other hand, we have these screaming warning signs of overheating. It's time to put it all on the table, weigh the evidence, and deliver the final verdict. And this chart just lays the whole conflict out there plain as day. The column on the left shows undeniable strength. The momentum, the trend, the money flow, it's all pointing straight up. But that column on the right shows undeniable risk. The engine is running way too hot, and that makes the stock incredibly vulnerable. And that brings us to the official conclusion from the analysis. The verdict is, we are witnessing a strongly bullish breakout. That means the move up is absolutely real and powerful. But, and this is a huge but, it's also highly vulnerable to a sharp, short-term profit-taking pullback. So what's the big takeaway from all this? The bottom line is, the clues confirm that this breakout is the real deal. It's backed by serious force, but our investigation also reveals that the situation is really unstable. The very same intensity that created this incredible surge is what makes a sudden, sharp price drop a very real and immediate risk. We cracked this case. We looked at the momentum, the direction, the money flow, and the risks. The clues are always out there if you just know how to look for them. So the only question left is, the next time a market mystery like this pops up, what will you see?